fall, and they just keep falling more, just when you think they can't fall anymore. So we're talking about record cold, earliest freeze for Jacksonville since 1976. Our weather impact alert officially through tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Okay, so that sunshine that normally helps us out, not going to help out on a day like today. Low to mid 50s for highs. We got the temperatures, the wind chills, making it feel like the 20s all the way to the beach, even some wind chills in the upper teens this morning. So we're protecting the people, the pets, and the plants. We look outside, beautiful downtown. You know, usually you come over the Hart Bridge and you say, oh, it'll be a little warmer downtown. You get a little urban heat island effect. Nothing like that this morning. It was every bit as cold downtown. In fact, at First Coast News right now, we're at 34 degrees. I mean, this is even in January, this would be impressive, right? We've got that dew point of 20, so we know it's polar air. And then when you factor in the wind chill of 31 officially. Now, we look at those wind chills, it's a big deal, okay? We're starting in the 20s to 30, I showed you there. And we're going to hold in the 30s all the way through parade time at the start of the parade here downtown at 11:01. And then notice through the afternoon, just struggling to try to feel a little warmer into the low 50s with that breeze. In fact, as we take a look at those coming downtown for the parade or the Jacksonville Fair, it's Military Day at the fair, so the military and the families get in for free, and that'll open at 12 p.m. and that'll go through this evening. But yeah, we take a look at those temperatures, actual temperatures of 54 at 4 o'clock, feeling a lot colder. And then this evening, one thing to note, the wind will go calm, so we do get a break from that vicious wind, but that means a heavy frost is on the way, and I would not be surprised that we could be maybe a little colder tomorrow morning. So I'm updating some of that information and the new information coming in. I'm at least going for a low of 30. Here's what I'm talking about. The actual polar high responsible for this is coming right over Duval. Okay, think about this. A polar high pressure that's usually well up toward the Arctic Circle coming right over our backyard. So notice that's dropping our temperatures this morning. Brunswick, Jacksonville, waking up to 30 to 36 in St. Augustine. Here's the dry skies, the polar blue skies, and that wind continuing for the parade kickoff just after 11 o'clock and just the mid to upper 40s from St. Augustine to Brunswick and Jacksonville. There's our highs in the 50s, including 52 in St. Augustine. And then tonight, the winds go light and we fall rapidly. Okay, another record low expected. I'm going to go 30. You see the latest mild data showing 31 officially Jacksonville. Brunswick, you will be at a freeze as well. St. Augustine, maybe a little closer to the upper 30s to near 40. So as we look at the updated information tomorrow morning, we got mid to upper 30s along the coast, including Fernandina, Jacksonville Beach, but there will be a heavy frost with that light wind, likely all the way to the intercoastal. And I noticed Mandarin at 36. That's cold enough to, on the ground level, it'll be about 4 or 5 degrees colder, so that will produce frost. As we look at why so cold, blame the polar jet stream. Big dip over Florida. We usually see this in January. It's lifting to the north. And yes, as that lifts to the north, it's going to take all that cold weather with it. In fact, that 7-day forecast, that's why I'm going to lift that weather impact alert tomorrow afternoon. We'll go to another freeze and frost tonight, low of 30, to a warmer sunny high of 69, and then much warmer, back to normal Thursday, Friday. And then we go into the weekend and we've got those flip-flops back out. And yeah, we got temperatures back to 80 degrees. Pretty amazing, Jasmine.